I got some more content I want to go over with you guys, and I'm gonna talk a little bit as we go over each slide. These are this is content done from the security camera because it records like heat or something like that, motion. So this one don't have no color. It's records under infrared. So a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing on the monitor, I can't see with my with my bare eyes. I already did one moving collage. I call them live collages, and they had a lot of color, like color orbs and stuff like that. All of that stuff was color because I did it with my cell phone. But this is done by the security camera. That's over the back door. Okay, I wanted to say, for those of you that don't know, I didn't get the cameras to so I can see, weird stuff like this. The cameras were bought because it's an alley that runs through the back. And sometimes I get off work at night, I park in the back. And so it's a camera, it's not a ring bell camera. It's actually mounted over the back door in like a bracket, and yeah. And that's why that camera's there, because it's an alley that runs back there. And I park back there sometime. The one on my front porch, those don't have color neither. And that's because it's the same type of camera, like motion sensor. And I got that camera for the front porch so that it can watch my packages when I'm not at home. I can watch my packages from the app when I'm not at home. So there's that. That's why I have the cameras. One is for security, and the other one is to watch my packages. So I got these images that I wanted to go over. And I know that people, think that these are bugs and things like that. Some people even tell me, oh, it's the way that the insect is moving, and that's how the camera caught it or whatever. But, I don't believe none of that. Again, I've been seeing this stuff, weird things and stuff like this since I was little. So, and I have a good relationship with God. I always had a relationship with God. I knew about God as a little girl. I was taught about God. This ain't got nothing to do with hoodoo, voodoo, or none of that weird stuff. Because I do know and love God. I'm very spiritual. So this is just part of my very unusual journey. And I'm sharing it with you guys. So, yeah, here goes. So this is something that my camera got back there. And it's actually the camera, I guess, goes by heat, temperature, and stuff. So this stuff is setting off the alarm for the camera. The camera doesn't record unless something moves. So stuff is moving. But a lot of times I'll look at my monitor or look at my phone or something. If I'm here laying down, I'll get up to make sure ain't nobody back there messing with the cars or stuff. And I can see stuff on the camera. I can see it on the monitor, but I can't see it with my eyes when I look out the door. So this stuff is not visible with the naked eye. In case anybody is wondering why the neighbors don't see it and this and that, my camera is set. It's under infrared. It's set. It's on infrared. Also, in case anybody's wondering, I did try to take this stuff. I did not try. I took this stuff to a news station. I tried to get, help with this stuff. I actually start sending it to news stations. A lot of news stations in the United States and different states. I was sending copies even to some news stations in Britain and stuff. People just are not touching it. And, I don't know what's going on with that, So, yeah, I tried that. And I actually got some videos on my channel of the helicopters, because even though nobody came and interviewed me, those helicopters were out there. And my neighbors were wondering what was going on with the helicopters, because I didn't talk with my neighbors about this stuff here. You know what I'm saying? And they just know we had helicopters that were flying over for a long period of time. So those helicopters came soon after I took some of this content to the news station here in Toledo. So I believe that them UFOs, that's what I took to them. That was shared with the government or something, because I didn't call the police or anybody. I just took the stuff to the news station. So yeah. So, but we did get helicopters out here. And it was late at night, so I can't tell, who they was, because it was dark, and I was looking out my back kitchen window. But I did get helicopters. So, yeah, I tried to get this stuff for all the sites that's been, pushing me off and blocking me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If somebody ever, discover me or look at my stuff and want to do an interview, ask me some questions or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm open for that. I can't put my email on Daily Motion and stuff like that. I can't do it. I can't put it in the description, I was told. So you could go over to my YouTube channel, and my email is in that profile on YouTube. Okay? So this is what, you got people that just don't want to accept this. This is flying. These things are flying. All my images, all the images that you guys see come from real videos. That's on my YouTube channel. And I actually re-record them. Like I'll re-record them in slow motion. Like I'll play them in slow motion and re-record that. So yeah, but all of these got videos. These got these really short clips. So if you can see that, people will tell me this is an insect. This is what people are saying. Because they can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's impossible, And I seen my first UFO at 6 or 7 years old. And what's the killing part about it is, I understand a lot of people don't trust Cash App. I've been using it for years, but I've heard some people having trouble with it. I don't use it for nothing big. I pay my couple of bills with it and stuff like that, because I don't be wanting to use my real bank card. But I get that, but I have a GoFundMe that's solid. GoFundMe is really legit. So, I just would appreciate if somebody would donate, me $1 or so or whatever. But anyway, here goes. This is that. And we're going to look at some stuff. This was something else I recorded. Or my camera recorded. See? This is what people are saying is an insect. And the camera photographing it while it's moving. Do this thing look like it's moving? I mean, it's flying up in the air, but yeah, it has nothing to do with flutter. This is one bug. This is one bug. And the video is on my YouTube channel. This is one bug. See? How many shapes it changed? Where's it should be a last one where it looks like a bird. Well, here's some more. I got so many, I have to make collages because it's just a lot of them. See? Okay. Here's more. Has nothing to do with the way the camera is catching the bug. This is a solid image. It's flying, but you can't tell. Look at that. I got some good stuff for y'all. Look at these. What are these? They look like gnomes or something. You know those garden things that people put in their garden? That's the shape that remind me of. This was one that was on my porch. Oh my God. This looked like that alien That little thing in Alien that came out the person's stomach and stuff. You know, it bust out the stomach. That's what this reminded me of. Let me. It just the way it looked. It reminded me of that. Okay? This is it some more right here. Look. Like it, you know, and uh-oh. Y'all see it? Look. It looked like look at this one. Look at this. Look how it bends and stuff. Look at that. So shape shifting too. And that's it. This is it. Look at it. Looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. And no, you could not see this with your naked eyes. Now, look at these. This looks like some type of old-fashioned, you know, a sword or I don't know. It just looks weird. This was what I thought was a little fairy waving at the camera. I had to flip it. Here's some more strange bugs that people is telling me is a bug. And it's the way the camera is, photographing it. Boy, I can't wait till somebody discover me and these people going to be looking stupid. All them social media sites that was mean and nasty to me. I'm not going to do an interview on nobody's site. Look at that. Somebody will discover me one day. Here's an eye. That I ain't got this whole thing for this one because this was on the other one. But this is this was where my grass was supposed to be. My camera photographed this. I already showed y'all in the other one. This eye just amazes me. So where my grass usually is outside my porch, right in front of the porch, it's a little skinny strip of grass right there. I didn't see this with my naked eye, but my camera, something ran on the grass. You know, I don't know if it was an animal or something, but it ran on that grass. And so my camera took a picture. And then when I looked at it, it wasn't grass. It was just a bunch of eyes where the grass supposed to be. So I think, like I said again, had to be a dimension that was open or something for a little bit of while. And I was able to see in it. So that long strip that was supposed to be in grass was just eyes. Not to my naked eye because I didn't go out there. But when I looked at the camera, because the camera alerts and it only starts recording when things move. So this ain't fake. Stuff is moving. Otherwise, my camera don't record in loop like other cameras. It doesn't do anything unless something is moving. Look at this bug. This is a bug. It was flying. Look at that. Almost looked like a hashtag. Look at this here. And you can clearly see like the cloudy looking stuff, the cotton stuff. It's just, it's just to hide whatever is up under stuff. Look at that. We don't see bugs like that. Look at this one. This is a stick that was just flying through the air now. I'm not outside. My camera is over the back door recording this stuff. This looked like an old cane or a rod or something. Look at it. Just flying through the air. This is a close-up of that thing that was on my porch. That I told y'all it looked like it came out the Alien movie. This is it. See how it looked like cotton. They look like cotton. Look at this. See that? Y'all see that? We got more. Look at this one. What's that? Don't know what this is neither. Look at this one. Y'all see that? What bug we know look like that? Somebody gonna discover me. Somebody gonna discover me one day. And they go, it's big bucks to be made off of this. Look at this. Look. We don't have bugs that look like that. Look at this. What is that? This one. Now, I know y'all see leaves and everything right here, but I was actually looking at the monitor, like watching something, because it was some stray dogs and stuff around there. And I was wanting to come out the house out back, and my neighbor's dog was loose, and I was waiting for my neighbor to get that dog. But again, they can't see this stuff unless they got cameras set to infrared. So no, neighbors don't see it. Just in case y'all going, wow, she got all that stuff going on. Don't nobody else see it? No, unless they got infrared camera, But then these things are in front of my camera. I don't know if they'll be interested in the neighbor. They're attracted to my frequency or something. This is not a part of the tree. I saw it. I looked at the monitor, and this was moving up and down. Like a knife or a sword or something. That's not part of the tree. And so I kind of saved that. This is not part of the tree. Don't know what this is neither. Don't know what this is. All these things are moving, flying around. Look at that. Don't know what this is. What bug we got look like that? This looks like a spear. Look at that. Look. Looks like a spear. Here goes something else. Look at that. Look at that. Some people said some of these, could be spider webs. Look at that. Look at this. See that? Look at this way up here. Oh, we got the bug again. Look at this. What bug we got look like this? That's the angel waving again. I love that one. This was flying. Just in case anybody want to know, it was flying through the air. Whatever it is. Look at that. Look at these. The only way I was able to get these pictures was, my back camera recorded. It was raining real hard, so it set off the. It's in a protective bracket, but the rain still kind of set off to make it start the mechanism to make it start recording because it just don't record, unless something move. And so it recorded these. I played them back in slow motion because when I looked at the rain, it looked kind of weird. When I looked at the tape, when I looked at the footage. So I played it back in slow motion and re-recorded it, saved it in slow motion. And this is what the rain was looking like in slow motion. Yeah. So these are actually, it was raining. And it was just coming down slow. So they were coming down like it was stopping. I guess it was slowing down, but this is rain. And the camera had caught, some of these coming down streaks, the way the camera is sitting. The rain come down like lines and streaks, and it just looked strange to me. So I played it in really slow motion, and then I screenshot some of it. So this is rain, believe it or not. And this down here at the bottom is another one of these old-fashioned looking. What's another name for? Look at this. Look at this. What is that? Look at these in the sky at night. See it? There's two of them here. Okay. These just some regular giant orbs. Another orb. This was my car, and it looked like some type of device is on my car. Now, I couldn't see this with my bare eyes. This happened last year. I wasn't able to see this with my eyes, but the video looked kind of weird. But this, I don't know what this is. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I just, when I was looking at some of my footage, I seen this on the car. I thought it maybe was the sun or something like that. But, I don't know. When I walked out to my car, it wasn't there. So it could only be was seen through the camera. And I thought that was actually weird. But that's a true story. You can't see it on there no more. When you look at because the camera looks at my car. My car is right, the camera looks straight at my car when I pull up. But when I seen this on my car, I walked outside, because I'm like, what is this, And it wasn't on there when I got outside, but you could see it on the monitor, if that makes any sense. So, yeah, don't know what it is, but, yeah, it was. This was on my car. Some more sky stuff. Orbs from the sky. I recorded those. Well, my camera recorded those from the sky. Look at this. Okay, so this is the way my camera look. It's not recording my house. It's recording my yard, the alley, and across from the alley, across the houses across the alley. So, yeah, this was on top of the rooftop across from the alley. Now, I'm not standing out there with a camera. Somebody asked me that before. No. I go to work, I go to sleep, The camera records. If stuff move, it record. This was on a building top across the alley. It's a large house across the alley, and this was up there. My camera recorded it. I don't know what it is. I just, yeah, it'll send me an alert. And that building is kind of far, so for these little Amazon cameras ain't nothing but $50 each. So I was surprised. This was on that roof too. This was the rooftop across the street. Yep. Again, the rooftop across the street. I don't know what to make of it. Look like some type of bug to me. At least the eyes do anyway. But hey, what do I know? This is some more orbs, sky orbs. And then look at this. That's the alley. This is the big house across the alley. Yep. So this is right over the alley. These little things in the sky. Here goes some more orbs. Giant ones. This was in the backyard. These look like the ones that was at my job. Yep. This is a giant orb. Here goes some more. I don't know what this was. It looked like, that's the power lines. It looked like my camera recorded, looked like a staircase or something up in the sky. That's what it looked like. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's up in the sky. You can see the power lines below it. It's just a regular orb. Looking weird. This was some strange looking clouds. This one looked like a brain. And these clouds just look strange. These are clouds. And here's that staircase again. Actually, it's two of them. And yeah, that's up in the clouds. Here's some more. Orbs. As you can see, 2024, I put the date on this one, and 2025. So a year later, look like the same thing. This was something I recorded. Well, my camera recorded up in the sky. See it? And here it is close up. But here it is directly over the house. Over the house across the street. Like you can see it up there. It's up there. But then I just enlarged it. So look like some eyes up in the sky. That's what it looked like. And my camera just recording it. I'm just sharing it, I tell people. Look at that. It's another giant orb. See them? Big giant orbs. Here's some more. Yeah. This is why other people don't see them, because they're cloaking themselves or however, whatever is going on. Yeah. I don't know what this looks like to me. I just thought it was interesting, so I added it. But here goes some interesting looking orbs over here. Look at this one. Looks like some type of tail or feet down there, like a fish tail or something. Huh? Look at that. Look at the bottom down here. And this look like it got a face. Look. That orb look like it got a face. Okay. Here's two. I don't even know what to call these orbs or what. I'm not really sure. Yeah. This is interesting. This is interesting. All at night. Out there in the back. Look at it. This was another orb my camera recorded. Kind of looked like a face. What's that? Despicable Me. It kind of looked like that man. That little cartoon for kids, Despicable Me. Yeah. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Look at this. Look like a robot head or something. Somebody told me this is a spider web. This is that same cloud that I said looked strange. That's it. And that's another strange looking cloud. Look like it's got a face. It's flying upside down. Here it is again. See, that's how it was flying. I took it and rotated it. This one right here up here is not these down at the bottom. That one belonged to these two right here. See, it was flying upside down. It's got a face and a tail. Here's some more large orbs. Somebody told me this looked like Pokemon. This is this set off the camera to record, and when you look, it looks like it. It looks like a face. I had already put this up on one of the channels, but I'm not sure if it's in a white robe and that's a face. You get what I'm saying? Because you get to see it over here. It looked like it's got wings and stuff, but then that looked like a face, like an old lady's face or a face. That just looked like a face. Like the eyes is sunk in and stuff, but you can clearly see two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Clearly. Maybe some hair, but it looked like an old person's face. So don't tell me I'm tripping, This was up in the sky over the house across the street. Across the alley. This too with a smiley face. That's a smiley face. This was up there too. Look at the sky behind it. Looking weird. This was up there too, and this is not a moon. That's another day. Okay, interesting. So my cat had passed away, and I had buried it out back. I buried it in my yard. I buried it. And I want to say maybe a week later, the alarm went off. When the alarm go off, I don't really get up no more. because my car be back there. So sometime I get up like with my pistol. um, but I don't hardly get up too much no more because there ain't no new car, so ain't nobody trying to mess with it. But the alarm went off, and I didn't bother with it. But then when I was at work the next day, I was kind of looking over some of the footage from the day before, and this came rising up in the sky from where I had buried my cat. Yeah, this was floating up, and I actually got the live video for this. I got the video for this. Like, I got my cat, I buried my cat out there. I don't know if we're usually pretty good about going out and coming right back and hanging around the back door, but, it didn't look like it got hit or nothing when I found it. It wasn't bloody or nothing, just looked like it was laying down asleep, and she wasn't real, real, you could tell she hadn't been there long. She must have just died. So she might have just ate something or drank some water, out of, a puddle or something, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Because I didn't see no damage to her. Or she could have got hit and bled inside. But like her stomach wasn't swollen, nothing like that. But this looked like it's shaped like a cat. I swear. It came floating up from that area where I had buried my cat. I'm like, wow. Don't know what this is. Think we saw that one already. Some more would look like swords or something, or, harpoons or something. Don't start me to line. I don't know. The camera record I shared. Look at that. This actually looks like a skull. Sideways, but not a human skull. Because it's too long. Look, don't that look like a skull? That was an orb outside. The camera captured it. When I go look out the door, I don't see nothing. All this stuff is going on. When I go look out that door, I don't see anything. Okay, another story time. So, my kid's father, he lives in Cleveland still. I'm in Toledo. And he wasn't feeling well. And this was last year. He wasn't feeling well. And so I told him I was going to send some of the orbs over there to look after him. He know I be recording them and stuff like that. I've been doing it for some years. And he said, don't send those things over here. Don't send them things over here. We be playing and stuff about them. But anyway, so he said he got motion sensor too. And his motion sensor had went off. He sent this to me. He texted his picture to me. And he said when he looked at his monitor, this is what he saw. Yeah, because he called me the next day and said, I told you don't send them orbs over here. And it's an orb. Right by his car. It's the same, it's the same picture. I just made it larger. He said he couldn't believe it when he looked. I tried to say it wasn't an orb, but he said it was. Okay. This is my porch window area. And this little thing was like in the frame part, looked like dirt and debris and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all that. But then when I enlarged it, it looked like a little camera or something. Or you remember do anybody remember those little Kodak, the little paper cameras that we used to have? And they be disposable. You throw them away, you didn't keep them. They was in a little paper cardboard box. This is what that reminded me of. It's not real clear. My camera up on the porch took, you take a picture of the windows that's across from it, And this little thing, it was real tiny. See how tiny it is? Like a bug or something, I thought at first. But it could be a camera. And then I enlarged it. It got blurrier. But, whatever. Okay, we back. Now, these are some of my porch orbs, that porch rides that you guys probably didn't get to see. You can see this one coming straight through the glass. Another story time. My porch windows don't open up there at the top. They pull up from the bottom. These are permanent closed. You know, the top part of the window, these don't open. And you can literally see it coming through glass. I got a video on my channel. Like, these are videos. So people talking about you trying to, people faking pictures and stuff. All my images come from a video. That's why the images are so good, because I actually take them from the live video. I got the video of this. There's another orb, ride. This was on my porch. Don't know what it was. In my porch window. I saw it. Don't know what it was. When I went out there to look, I saw it on my monitor. Threw some clothes on and went out there to look. It was gone. So I don't know what it is. Here's another one. Coming through the glass. Straight through closed permanent glass. Look at this one. There's another one. Yeah, they were on my porch a lot too. Look at that. Again, can't see them with your bare eyes. Only with the camera. See that? Now, sometime I could see orbs with my eyes. When I was younger, I used to see them all the time, but I don't know what happened. This is another one. This is my front porch camera. See? This it. Coming up in the glass again. See? It's coming. That's closed glass that this is coming through.